Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalaakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सागणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामी इति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पश्यता देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरा भक्तवृंदा हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नाम्ने गौरतिषे नमः। वाञ्छा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनंतकोटि वैष्णववृंद की जय। नाम जय वेदव्यास ठाकुर की जय। श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय। हरे कृष्णा
Mataji.
हरे कृष्णा। लॉन्ग टाइम, वेलकम बैक।
Yes, Mataji.
हरे कृष्णा माताजी।
हरे कृष्णा संतोष प्रभु। हरे कृष्णा। People join very late. Should we start? Should we wait for 2 minutes? What should we do? Okay, let's start, otherwise we'll get late.
Okay. Aishwarya.
Hare Krishna, I welcome everyone. So today we have to continue with the part 2 of chapter 11, Vishwarupa Sandharshana Yoga. So let's all glories to Sri Sri Radha Govinda. Let's take the blessings of Sri Sri Radha Govinda and Srila Prabhupada. So yesterday we covered two sections, that is A and B. So Arjuna's request and Krishna's description of his universal form. So after Krishna explains his vibhutis in chapter 10, so Arjuna asked Krishna that I want to see how you have entered to this cosmic manifestation. No? That form I would like to see. So whatever has been explained in the chapter 10, here literally, practically Krishna revealed in this chapter, right? And then we saw that the same description of the Vishwarup, the Sanjaya, who was like blessed with divine eyes from by Vyasadev. So he was also explaining to Dhritarashtra. So these two we covered, and today we will see from 32 to 55 shlokas. So time I am become my instrument, and then Arjuna's prayers. So, and then Krishna concludes where he says that only pure devotees can see Krishna's two-handed supreme form. So supreme. So we'll try to understand that in today's class. So basically, so verse 32 to 34. Kalosmi loka kshayakrit. Time I am become my instrument. So why this question came actually before this, what happened in the previous shloka? So after seeing, right, after seeing the universal form, so Arjuna was in fear. So then he asked two questions. So I want to know who are you, because he was thinking Krishna to be his friend, and also he accepted that he is a supreme personality of Godhead in the chapter 10, right? Param Brahma, Param Dhama, right? He says that. But then now he was wondering, like, what exactly is Lord's mission? So he said, who are you and what is your mission? So then Krishna says that I am Kala. No? So because Arjuna was able to see that all the soldiers were entering the ferocious mouth of that Virat roop, and the analogy was given by Arjuna says that just like the moths entering the fire, and the other they are like all the soldiers, the Karna, Drona, everyone are going inside your mouth. And also he says that one more analogy was given was the how the all rivers go into the and merge into the ocean. So similarly, all the living entities, they were rushing towards the death. So now that is why Arjuna is asking, so what is your mission? Who are you? Right? So he was so now the Lord answers his question. Shri Bhagavanu Vacha. Swati Mataji, you want to recite the shlokas? If you are free.
Carry on, Mataji.
Okay, fine. No problem. Shri Bhagavanu Vacha. Kalosmi loka kshayakrit pravrittaha. Lokan samahartumiha pravrittaha. Rutepi tvam na bhavishyanti sarve. Eva stitav pratyanikeshu yodhaha. Santosh Prabhu, you want to read the translation? You can.
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah, okay.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, time I am, the great destroyer of the worlds, and I have come here to destroy all people. With the exception of you, the Pandavas, all the soldiers here on both sides will be slain. The blessed Lord said, okay, that's the same too.
That is the same. Yes.
Yeah. Hare Krishna.
Okay. Hare Krishna. Yes. So Krishna is saying here, time I am, and the great destroyer of the worlds. So we know that in this material world, anything which is created or anything, everything comes to an end. Time puts everything to end. Whatever, even if it is anything happy or anything, nothing can stay for a long time. It will come to an end. So that time is represented. Actually, it is a impersonal representation of the Lord. So it represents the Krishna's it's impersonal because we cannot see. So there are 5 subject matters in Bhagavad Gita. No, what are the 5 subject matters in Bhagavad Gita?
Jiva.
Yeah, Jiva. Then remember the chapter 13. What is the name?
Yeah. Ishvara, Jiva, Prakriti, Kala, and Karma.
Yeah, very nice. So Kala and Karma. So these are the 5 subject matters. And here Krishna is saying that the time, that is one of the subject matter of Bhagavad Gita. This is representative of me. So actually here in material world, the time is limited. I mean, everybody, whoever is born has to die. So from the time when we are born, that counting is started. We are more and more going near to the death. So, but in the spiritual world, the same time is eternal. No, Krishna is eternal. So, why this question came? Because Arjuna was very much afraid. In the chapter 2, we see that he says, I don't wish to kill my relatives. No, it will be sinful. And also he says that it will be like destruction of family traditions. So he didn't want it. Because Prabhupada says the pure devotees, never want to harm anyone. They don't want to put anybody in problem. They think so much, right? Before doing any action that may spoil their, any destructive work, they don't want to engage into. So Krishna is telling him indirectly that you need not worry about it, because I have already, no, he says, I have come here to destroy all people, with the exception of you, the Pandavas. All soldiers here or both will be slain. So you need not worry that you are going to be the cause. Your own. So Krishna has already made arrangement. So Prabhupada says that Krishna is always planning, no, but then he does not execute directly, but through his devotees, Krishna does that. So that we'll understand in the next sloka, right? So this is the same. This is the same. The blessed Lord said, "Time I am destroyer of the world, and I have come to engage all people with the exception of you, Pandavas. All the soldiers here on both sides will be slain." So everybody in the material world, they are busy with doing so many plans. But then when death comes, nobody it can save, right? And this was the same thing when even Yaksha asked Yudhishthira Maharaj in the chapter 8 we see, right? What is the most wonderful thing that that is in this world? Then he says that the everyday person, people see that everyone is dying, but then still the person thinks, I will not die. I am eternal. So why is this we are having that we will not die? That is because that is the nature of the soul. So we never like to die, because the spirit soul never dies. So that eternal nature is there in us, because the spiritual body, once we had that, and we have the experience. So whenever there is a death, that is like a shock for the living entity, because it can never accept that something can get destroyed. No, whenever we see blood, or we don't like when you get a cut in your body, you don't like, because spiritual body does not have any cut like that, but this material body has. So whatever plan the materialistic or the people who are engaged in sense gratification, they do, but Krishna will destroy everything in the form of time. Tasmat tvamuttishta yasho labhasva jitva shatrun bhungshva rajyam samruddham mayayvete niyata purvameva nimittamatram bhava savyasachin.
Yeah. Therefore, get up and prepare to fight. After conquering your enemies, you will enjoy flourishing kingdom. They are already, this I can't see, Mataji, put to death by my arrangement, and you
Nothing is there.
after
Yeah.
that, nothing is there. Okay. Savya Sachin can be but an instrument in the fight. Hare
Yeah.
Krishna.
Hare
Yeah.
Krishna.
What is Savya Sachin, Mataji?
Yeah, Savyasachin is who is very expert in shooting the arrows. No, he can do with the both hands. I mean, both the hands. He can do that. So that he could. He was very expert in the arrows, right? And he could. It is said that even in the left and right, both he could do the shooting. So that is why he addressed him as Savyasachin. So different names of Arjuna, right? So just like how Krishna also addresses Arjuna in different way. The Arjuna also different, the Lord in different names, the Rikma, Madhava, Keshava, right? Like that. So here also he is saying different names, Bharatarshaba, like best of Bharatas. So here Savyasachin, so best fighter, right? So here Krishna is saying, so that's why. So everything is already planned. You know, only have to become my instrument. So it is said that Bhishma Dev, nobody can defeat Bhishma Dev, because he was so powerful, and he was equal to 25,000 Arjunas. Okay, just imagine, how can he be Arjuna? How can Arjuna defeat Bhishma? It's all because of Krishna. Otherwise, it was not possible for Arjuna to defeat the Lord. So it is said, Rake Krishna Mare Krishna Rake. If Krishna has planned somebody to kill, so nobody can save him. And if the Lord has uh, 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 planned to save someone, then nobody can kill that person. So Prabhupada says that sometimes the Lord's plan looks contradictory. Like it may look contradictory. Why is Krishna doing that? But then there will be a he will have a proper plan for it. Only thing is that we cannot understand. Like when anything, something happen in our life, we have to, if we think everything as God's plan, then we will not be in any misery. But we will not understand that. We don't know why it is all happening. But many times it happens like we understand very late that whatever happened in life was for my good. No, many times it happens with many people. So for even for Prabhupada, when his factory got fire, and that time he seriously, I mean, he left to West, and he thought that this was his he has to take action now, whatever he had promised. I mean, his spiritual master intended him to do, to spread this Krishna consciousness in around the world, and to translate all his books, right, from Sanskrit and different to English, so that everybody get access to this book. So Prabhupada understood Krishna's plan, and he took seriously Krishna consciousness. So pure devotees, they are even they it is Prabhupada says even pure devotees also sometimes cannot understand Krishna's plan, what he has in mind. It's not easy. Just like four Kumaras, right? Four Kumaras, why they were like so elevated, but then when they go to see the Lord Vishnu and the Dwarapalakas, no, the Jaya Vijaya, they didn't allow them inside. And even why did Jaya Vijaya get angry? Because they were supposed to be, they were the residents of Vaikuntha Loka, and how can that, because this is a material quality, na, getting angry, or so how did they get that? So it is all because Krishna's pastime. Krishna, it looks contradictory for us, but then Krishna smiles when all that pastime happens, and Kumaras curse them to become demons in next lives, because Lord wanted to descend in this earth, and he wanted to do the pastime. So all this is sometimes looks contradictory, but then we have to accept that as Lord's plan. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, right? And why is Krishna wanting this? I mean, he's doing, making through Arjuna. It is because he want to glorify his devotees. Krishna could have done himself, because he has already, he says that everybody, I think in the next sloka, he says, everybody are already put to death. So you only have to be instrument now. So why only Krishna? Because even Bhishma Dev, this victory of Arjuna, it's not really of Arjuna, right? It is because of Krishna only. Otherwise, Arjuna could have not won. But then it was Krishna's plan. And same thing, even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he was Supreme Lord himself. He could have preached this Krishna consciousness to everyone around the world. So he said, Prithvi ke aache nagaradigram, sarvatra prachara hoye mora naam. So everywhere around the world, my name will be taken. Right? We see that all the Western people, they all read Chaitanya Charitamrita, and they try to understand the Bhagavatam. So how is this all happening? It was already predicted 500 years by and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he said, Mora Senadipati Bhakta Aega. So my commander in chief, he will come and he is going to spread. So that was none other than Prabhupada. So he has predicted already, and Prabhupada's prediction also was made by even Bhakti Vinod Thakur. He had also predicted that somebody will come and preach Krishna consciousness around the world, and thousands of devotees will come to Mayapur. The white skinned devotees, he writes there, that there are all foreigners, he meant. Right? They will come and they will say Gaura Hari, Jaya Jaya Gaura Hari, they will sing. And today it's all true, right? So that time nobody could, I mean, we cannot though understand Krishna's plan, but Krishna want us to be an instrument in his hand. So if we are working, or we want to, whatever Krishna has given instructions, based on that, if we want to, we only have to lead our life, then then we only become the instrument in the hands of Krishna. So Krishna will take charge of our life, and he will guide us. No? So it's all in so it's all like pure devotees, they think that they're just a instrument in the hand. That is why they are not attached to any fruits, why? Because they always think they are working for the Lord. So now he says, who are all dead? Dronancha Bhishmancha Jayadratancha Karnam Statanyanapi Yodha Viran Maya Hatam Swam Jahima Vyatishta Yuddhasva Jetasi Rane Sapatnan.
Drona, Bhishma, Jayadratha, Karna, and the other great warriors have already been destroyed by me. Therefore, kill them and do not be disturbed. Simply fight and you will vanquish your enemies in battle. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yeah, Hare Krishna. So he's saying now, right? All the great warriors, Drona, Bhishma, Jayadratha, Karna, everyone are already destroyed. So you only have to become instrument. Don't think that you will get some sin or anything, no? Because that time he was not thinking Krishna to be God. He if he had thought him as God, why would he say that? He was thinking, I will get sin, I may go to, right? He may thought he will go to hell. He mentions that. So if we kill them, we will go to hell. So who? But Krishna can do anything. But he's not. That time he didn't realize because he already know. Always the Pandavas knew that Krishna was supreme personality of Godhead. But then to tell this Bhagavad Gita, right? So he was brought to bewilderment. Arjuna was brought to bewilderment so that this knowledge was could be given. So yeah, so it is said that Prabhupada says it is abominable for a Kshatriya like to be defeated by someone who is inferior in strength, but then are equal to strength. But the defeat which was taken because Arjuna was defeated by Bhishma, and then because Krishna protected him, otherwise he would have died, right? So since Krishna protected, so that is not at all an insult for a Kshatriya like Arjuna. Prabhupada says there. Yes, Prabhu.
The Lord is so kind and merciful to his devotees that he wants to give the credit to his devotees who carry out his plan according to his desire. Since everything happens according to the Lord's plan, one should understand the plans of the Supreme Personality of Godhead through guidance of the spiritual master. Follow the plans and succeed in the struggle for existence. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. So succeed in the struggle for existence. So always there is a struggle in this material world. So that we need to accept first. No, even ND Prabhuji always says the first step is to accept that there is a suffering. So when Sanatana Goswami, right, he meets Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, what did he say? Kia me. But my first question was, who am I? He says that the whole world is telling me that I am big scholar, and I am also happily accepting that I am thinking that I am very big scholar because he was materially like he knew more than 7-8 languages like Persian, Arabic, and the Sanskrit, right? Urdu, like English. So many languages he knew already, and he was considered a great scholar by everyone. That was the reason, like the Muslim ruler, he kept because they were Saraswat Brahmanas when they were by birth, but then he made them Muslims. And then he gave them the names to Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami, Sakar Malik and Dabir Kasa, right? He gives them the position of ministers, and he keep them in their kingdom because he knew that they were very clever. They were very hardworking, and they were giving very good suggestions for him to run the state. So he was keeping them. So they say when they meet first time Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but they were secretly reading the scriptures. And finally, when they get to, and they were writing so many letters to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Finally, when they get to meet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, so in Prayag, so he says, Sanatana Goswami, that everyone calls me scholars, but I don't know who am I, and why am I suffering in this material world? So unless one come to the understanding that I am suffering, then nobody is interested in taking spiritual practice, right? Nobody wants to hear what is Krishna saying in Bhagavad Gita because people are so much engrossed in sense gratification. Why anyone would like to know anything beyond this material world? So there's no idea. First of all, nobody knows that there is something called a soul. First of all, people don't want to know that I am not this body, I am soul. So leave the Paramatma part. No, knowing Paramatma is secondary, and knowing about his abode, nobody is interested. So one should, when we accept that, how do we accept this? So Prabhupada says here, understanding through a guidance of a spiritual master. So we cannot understand ourselves. That is why we need a help of spiritual masters. Even if we see this Bhagavad Gita, many times the shlokas or the misinterpretation have been done. When it is done, the translations done by the non-devotees. No, non-devotee. What do? They change the meaning of the shlokas, but Prabhupada will make us understand. So exactly, if there is a translation, we need to know what is the intent of the Lord. What is he saying, trying to tell? So that is why Prabhupada in elaborately he explains in the purport, so that he makes us easy to understand. And whatever Prabhupada explains, it's not his own explanation. He always refers the scriptures. We can see anywhere you see when Prabhupada quotes something or writes, for that there is sufficient evidence which is backing. I mean, there is a support for whatever he speaks. So that is why we have to understand, because in chapter 4 it is said, na tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadeshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshinaha. So jnaninas tattvadarshinaha, because they have seen the truth. So what is the truth? Understanding Lord in complete, the realization of the Supreme as impersonal Paramatma and the Bhagavan. So in that way, when we understand, so that can be understood properly only tadvidhi pranipatena, with all humility, serving the Lord, uh, uh, and asking, inquiring submissively, not like challenging way. So in that way, one can understand this secret knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. And so it is said here, we cannot, since everything happens according to Lord's plan, one should understand the plans of the Supreme Person. Yeah. So sometimes what happens, we don't understand when something is happening, like I said earlier also. So one, I remember like NAD Prabhuji saying that, so when this, before this uh, course started, right? Because now it is already 36 batch running, 18 days Bhagavad Gita. So before this, suddenly when Corona came, I mean, earlier to that, he was preaching in colleges, NITs, right? Like that, IITs and NITs. And then what happened suddenly after Corona, he couldn't go anywhere. Everybody, I mean, we are all well locked inside the homes. So he didn't know what to do. That time, Guru Maharaj, His Holiness Jayapataka Swami, uh, he said that, why don't you start online course? And actually he had NAD Prabhuji, like he had many students who were in US also, America. That time they wanted him to go there, so he can do some preaching there. He thought, okay, here I can't do, I can go there. So he had applied for visa and all. Visa got rejected and he was very sad that time. But then see what Krishna had different plan, because Krishna didn't wanted him to go. And he, by grace of Krishna, so today, even a very beautiful temple is getting manifested. So all these are plans of Krishna. We don't understand that time. That time, maybe he would have felt very bad why this got rejected. But then obviously it's for all good. Now he's very happy, right? So many people are getting benefited because of him starting this course. Obviously, we all, right? We can't thank him enough for getting this knowledge. Obviously, through somebody, only through somebody who is coming in disciplic succession, only we can, we have to understand in a proper way, right? Yeah. So Krishna answers Arjuna, time Mayam Kalarupa. Mission is what? He asked, what is your mission? Akhya himeko bhavanugra rupaha. No, he says, oh, to destroy everything, all people except Pandavas. Indicates even if Arjuna did not want to fight, they will anyways die anyway. In Katha Upanishad, it is said that all Brahmana, Kshatriyas, and everyone else are devoured like a meal by Supreme as all devouring giant. So everyone are being eaten. It's like a meal for the Supreme Lord, it is said, for the universal form of the Lord. So this is from Katha Upanishad. So Krishna says that I've already destroyed all your enemies, just become my instrument and fight. So what was Arjuna's motivation? So now, because after hearing all that, then Arjuna was ready to fight. Na? So his desire was only to fulfill Krishna's desire. If Krishna did, because it was not his desire, he never intended to fight or kill. But then for Krishna, he was ready to do. So that should be our, so anukulasya sankalpaha pratikulasya varjanam. Anything favorable for Krishna, one should be ready to do, and anything which is not favorable to the Lord, one should be ready to give up. So Lord's plan, very specific in material world, sign of intelligence, to recognize that the whole world is moving under the plan of the Lord. So these were the last words of Prabhupada when he left the body also. Everything is moving under the will of Krishna. So these were the last words of Prabhupada when he left this material world. So fool's mentality, no plan behind the creation, all are accidental formations. So there are different theories, forms. No? Scientists say perhaps or maybe, but all are foolish ideas because they can't give conclusively. There is no conclusive truth in material science. So that is why Prabhupada says material science is never perfect, because people with defects, no, we all yesterday also we spoke about the 4 defects. So with the imperfect senses and we are being illusioned, how can we say, give something perfect knowledge? So and Prabhupada says that why can't a scientist discover something like not becoming old, or one could not die? No, nobody could invent so far. Nobody has such kind of intelligence. So nimitta matram, so just become a instrument. Sabyasachi means who fight ambidextrously, that is with left or right hand. This is answer is here, Prabhu, Santosh Prabhu. Sabyasachi. So next prayers are Arjuna's prayers. So after seeing this Kalarupa, he starts paying obeisances to the Lord. Arjuna trembling prays. Arjuna then begs for forgiveness for his offenses. Arjuna fearfully requests Krishna to again reveal his 2-armed form as Supreme Personality of Godhead. Sanjaya Uvacha Etachrutva Vachanam Keshavasya Kritanjalivepamanah Kiriti Namaskritva Bhuya Evaha Krishnam Sagat Gadam Bhita Bhita Pranamya.
Sanjaya said to Dhritarashtra, O king, after hearing these words from the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the trembling Arjuna offered obeisances with folded hands again and again. He fearfully spoke to Lord Krishna in a faltering voice as follows. Hare Krishna Mataji.
So now no more Arjuna is able to see him as friend, because he saw that Virat Roop, that to Kala form, where he's devouring, like a death, he's eating everyone. No, so after that, now he's really scared. So now in wonder, he starts offering prayers to the Lord. He's afraid now. Arjuna Uvacha Sthane Rishikesha Tava Prakirtya Jagat Prarushyatyanurajyate cha Rakshamsi Bhitani Disho Dravanti Sarve Namasyanti cha Siddha Sangaha.
O Rishikesha, the world becomes joyful upon hearing your name, and thus everyone becomes attached to you. Although the perfected beings offer you their respectful homage, the demons are afraid and they flee here and there. All this is rightly done. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. So now Arjuna is convinced after seeing the Kalarup that okay, whatever Krishna is done, everything is right, because he's a Supreme Personality of Godhead. And also he was seeing everyone, because he was able to see different planets. Yesterday we saw that he was able to see the Lord Brahma and different demigods. So everybody was there present, no? And the demons were also fleeing out of fear. So he was able to see all that. So he says here that you are everything was rightly done. Kasmachatena meran mahatman gariyase brahmanopyadikarte ananta devesha jagan nivasa tvamaksharam sadasat param yat.
O great one, greater even than Brahma, you are the original creator. Why then should they not offer their respectful obeisances unto you? O limitless one, God of gods, refuge of the universe, you are the invincible source, the cause of all causes, transcendental to this material manifestation.
Yeah, now he's glorifying the Lord, no? Oh, great one. greater than even Brahma, he says here. Because why? Even he is a reason for Lord Brahma, no? Before Brahma was the Krishna. And and there is I'm not in one place Prabhupada gives in purport, I think in chapter 5 or somewhere, that even before there is in other Puranas, because we have 18 Puranas, na? One of the Purana name he gives there, where it says that even before Krishna, there was, I mean, nothing was there. No sun, no moon, no Brahma, no Shiva. Like that it is given. So he says here, so why can't Brahma also pay obeisances to you? Because you are the original creator. So that is why Brahma is called a secondary creator. So he's the one who has created all the living entities. But before that, there was Lord. And only from him, from Garbhodaka Shai Vishnu, because who is also again a plenary portion of Krishna, and from him Lord Brahma was born, and then from Brahma Lord Shiva was born, right? So Lord Shiva is Shiva's position is very different, and though he was born from Brahma, he is in a higher position than Brahma also, because Lord Brahma is a Jiva Tattva, whereas Lord Shiva is a Jiva Tattva and Vishnu Tattva both. But Krishna is completely Vishnu Tattva. Krishna and all his incarnations are only Vishnu Tattva. So he says here, refugee of the universe, because everything, the end, the Krishna, everything goes into Krishna. In the sense, if there is an end of knowledge, also Prabhupada says it is Krishna only. Vedesya sarve Rame Veda. Even when you study Veda, the end goal is to know Krishna. So even after all the annihilation happens, everybody will go into the Mahavishnu, his in his belly, inside the belly, all the when devastation happened during the end of Brahma's day. So it is said all living entities will go, and they'll be in a slumber mood, and after that, when the creation happened, again they all come, right? So you are invincible source, causes of all causes. Ishvara Parama Krishna, Sarva Karana Karana. And transcendental to this material manifestation, because Krishna, though he, in chapter 9 we saw, though he created all this, but he stays aloof. Krishna is not affected by whatever happening in this material world, no, because though he's creator, he is not, he stays aloof from this material manifestations. Tvamadidevah purushah puranaha, tvamasya vishvasya paranidhanam, Vettasi Vedyancha Parancha Dhama, Tvaya Tatam Vishwamanantarupa.
You are the original personality of Godhead, the oldest, the ultimate sanctuary of this manifested cosmic world. You are the knower of everything, and you are all that is knowable. You are the supreme refuge above the material modes, O limitless form. This whole cosmic manifestation is pervaded by you. Hare Krishna.
Yeah. Hare Krishna. So now he sees that form like everywhere, his hands, legs, and the universal form, no? So everywhere it is pervaded by the Supreme Lord. So everything is you. So you are the original personality, you are the oldest. So many times some are repeated, right? Because when you are in ecstasy, obviously it is the person is out of ecstasy, he is appreciating the Lord again and again. So Nidhanam means the destination. So it is said the Brahman effulgence is also resting on the Lord, because that is nothing but the effulgence is coming from the Lord's body. No? So he is a knower of everything. So Krishna knows whatever is happening in the in every person's body also, and also in the world. So much Krishna knows everything about the happening of this world. वायुर्यमोऽग्निर्वरुणः प्रजापतिस्त्वं प्रपितामहश्च नमो नमस्तेस्तु सहस्रकृत्वा पुरश्च भूयोऽपि नमो नमस्ते.
You are air, and you are the supreme controller. You are fire, you are water, and you are the moon. You are Brahma, the first living creature, and you are the great grandfather. I therefore offer my respectful obeisances unto you 1,000 times, and again yet again. Hare Krishna
Yes.
Mataji.
Thousand and he's from all the sides, he's paying obeisances to the Lord. Yeah? And he says, like 1,000 times I'm paying obeisances. How much ever he do, also it feels like it is not enough to that the form. And then here, so we know all these energies are the this air, water, fire, all are energies of the Lord. So everything, either whatever see in this world, it's either Krishna himself is there, or it is energies of Krishna. That's how we saw all the opulences in the chapter 7. Also Krishna explains, in the chapter 9 also some of the energies we see, and the chapter 10 we see so many opulences. So all are energies of Krishna. No, he is the water. Rasohamapsu kaunteya prabhasmi shashi suryayoho prabhava sarva vedeshu pranava sarva vedeshu shabdakke paurusham drushu. He says that in the chapter 7, no, it is coming. Rasoham apsu kaunteya, I'm the water. I mean, I'm the taste in the water. And Prabhasmi Shashi Surya Yoho. I mean, I'm the radiance of the sun and the moon. Pranava Sarva Vedeshu means the Pranava Omkara, which is coming in Vedas, that is me. So Krishna is represented. Na? And Shabda Ke Paurusham Drushu, the sound is a representation is also Krishna. So, so in any way, whatever we see, it is Krishna. So that is one he is saying. And also he calls him the Krishna as great grandfather, because Lord Brahma is said to be our grandfather. So his father, no, that is why he is great grandfather, father to Brahma. Namah purastadata prishtataste namostu te sarvata eva sarva ananta viryamitamikramasvam sarvam samapnoshi tatosi sarvaha.
Obeisances to you from the front, from behind, and from all sides. O unbounded power, you are the master of limitless might. You are all pervading, and thus you are everything.
So, yeah. So, Prabhupada says out of loving ecstasy that again and again he is paying obeisances. So, this we can see whenever, I mean, Bhagavatam, many places, whenever Krishna, out of mercy, he shows his form to the devotees, so many prayers are there by the devotees, right? Whenever, like prayers of Akrura, prayers of Prahlad Maharaj, prayers of Dhruv Maharaj, prayers of Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, prayers of Lord Shiva. So all the prayers come in the Bhagavatam. So when they see that darshan of the Lord, and how is this, they are able to tell so beautiful prayers. Even you must have seen the movie, I don't know, Kaviratna Kalidasa, no? When he sees the Kali, and then immediately he starts offering the prayers. No, so how this is coming? Because the Lord, out of mercy only, because matta smriti jnanam apohanancha, and Krishna says, dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mam upayantite. I will give the necessary knowledge, that person can come to me. So that knowledge is given by Krishna only. So that is why they are able to glorify the Lord. And yeah, that is only because it's not easy to glorify the Lord. So only out of mercy only it is possible. So the 3 shlokas which explains, you are the ultimate rest of everything and all knowledge. You are the essence of everything. I offer you obeisances from front, behind, and from all sides. Now he is repenting. Sakheti matva prasabham yaduktam. He Krishna, he Yadava, he Sakheti. Ajanata mahimanam tavedam. Maya pramadat pranayena vapi. Yechapahasartam asatkrutosi. Vihara shayyashana bhojaneshu. Yeko tavapyachyuta tat samaksham. Tat kshamayetvam ahamyaprameyam. What is he saying?
I have in the past addressed you as O Krishna, O Yadava, O my friend, without knowing your glories. Please forgive whatever I may have done in madness or in love. I have dishonored you many times while relaxing or while lying on the same bed or eating together, sometimes alone and sometimes in front of many friends. Please excuse me for all my offenses. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. So now he's repenting. Oh my God. Like See, it is just like uh, when you have when you have a very close friend, you never know about him properly. Okay, you think very ordinary and you're treating, and suddenly you come to know like he is in some big position, or he's son of some like a minister or something like that. So what will happen? Immediately you are not able to relate to him so nicely how we used to be earlier, right? That closeness suddenly goes off. So when you know that he's very rich person, or he's in a very big position, suddenly, until that you were normal. So same thing is happening with Arjuna here. He was thinking Krishna as his friend, and he was his cousin. So he was very casual, and how we treat with our friend, very casual. No? So similarly, he was also saying, please forgive me. I have dishonored you many times, no, by calling you Hey Krishna, Hey Yadava. I have addressed you without knowing that you are Supreme Personality of Godhead. I mean, so many times we have slept on same bed. We have eaten together. I mean, he's remembering all that, and he's feeling like so many offenses I've done. So please forgive me. So the same thing, like in Vaikunta, the Lord Narayana is worshipped, like because he is very much like the Prabhupada says. I mean, there is no rasas. I mean, the rasas which you see with Krishna and devotee, the transcendental reciprocation. I mean, it's more of like dasya there. No, Shanta and Dasya in Vaikuntha Loka, but the sweet exchange of relationship, the like a friend, or like a mother, or like a father, or like a lover. So this is only there in Goloka, and that is with Krishna only it is possible. So these rasas now actually he is not able to see in Vaikuntha Loka. No, in the with the Narayana it is not possible. So the same way he is feeling that, oh, how did I do? I mean, I have made so many of offenses because he is the Supreme Lord. Now he forgot that he is Krishna. Uh, yeah, but then with Krishna it is really sweet reciprocation. Yeah. पितासि लोकस्य चराचरस्य त्वमस्य पूज्यश्च गुरुर्गरीयान् न त्वत्समस्त्यभ्यधिकः कुतोऽन्यः लोकत्रयेऽप्यप्रतिमप्रभाव.
You are the father of this complete cosmic manifestation of the moving and the non-moving. You are its worshipable chief, the supreme spiritual master. No one is greater than you, nor can anyone be one with you. How then could there be anyone greater than you within the three worlds, O Lord of immeasurable power?
Yeah.
Hare
So
Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So Krishna is the supreme spiritual master. So even the spiritual master, so they are all, whoever is coming in a disciplic succession is a representative of Supreme Lord. So that is why Krishna himself also says that one has to take to a spiritual master if one has to understand about the real goal of life. Otherwise, we are not able to come to the real goal. We will be only, I mean, lost in this material world under different things. I mean, behind different things, different sense gratification, unless somebody awaken us by a real goal. Just like even how the Bilva Mangala Thakur, when he was a rich man, and he forgot all his I mean he was so attached to a prostitute. So later only this it is the prostitute, she says that if the same attachment you had shown to the Lord, you could have got you could have seen the Lord now, because she says that. So that there Prabhupada, the Acharya says that that was the spiritual master who came in I mean who made her speak like that, like in her form, and he was delivered. So basically the spiritual masters means whoever submits or surrenders to him, so it is his duty to liberate that soul. So once a disciple is surrendered or takes a initiation, the spiritual master will come life after life to take back that soul back to Godhead. So somehow or other, he will inspire him to take shelter under a bona fide spiritual master. Some message he will send, and somehow we get connected to a proper sampradaya. So these are all planned by the Lord, and he is executing through a spiritual master. So because Krishna is the supreme spiritual master, he is doing through the other spiritual master. And the spiritual master is Balram. Lord Balram is he's called as Guru Tattva. So he is the expansion, no? He's the immediate expansion of the Lord Balram. So Lord Balram and Lord Krishna, not much of difference, but he is like a Guru Tattva. So he says here, you are greater. How there could be anyone greater than in this three world? Even Chaitanya Charitamrita says that Ekale Ishvara Krishna Baki Sabha Bhritya. So only Krishna is the Ishvara, Lord, and everyone are his servants. Tasmat pranamya pranidhaya kayam prasadayetva mahamisha medium piteva putrasya sakeva sakyuhu priyah priyayar hasideva sodhum.
You are the Supreme Lord, to be worshipped by every living being. Thus, I fall down to offer you my respectful obeisances and ask your mercy. As a father tolerates the impudence of his son, a friend the impertinence of a friend, or a husband the familiarity of his wife, please tolerate the wrongs I may have done you.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna,
So,
Mataji.
Hare Krishna. So we can understand this, that how even the most sinful son, if a father has, still the father is ready to forgive him because he is his son. No, he want him to give more chance. Okay, let him become a good, better person. So if he does not forgive, who else can forgive him? No, nobody else. So obviously, Krishna, being a supreme father, he will forgive. He only has to forgive. So he's telling him, so please forgive me for whatever offenses I have done. Adrishtapurvam ऋषितोऽस्मि दृष्ट्वा भयेन च प्रव्यथितं मनो मे तदेव मे दर्शय देवरूप प्रसीद देवेश जगन्निवास.
After seeing this universal form, which I have never seen before, I am gladdened, but at the same time, my mind is disturbed with fear. Therefore, please bestow your grace upon me and reveal again your form as the personality of Godhead, O Lord of Lords, O abode of the universe.
Yeah.
Hare
So
Krishna.
basically, the pure devotees, they are not interested to see this form of the Lord, because you can't have that sweet relationship with the universal form of the Lord, no? The Kala Rupa. You can't really relate. So now once he saw that form, he immediately his rasa changed. No, he's not able to relate anymore like a friend or anything. So that is why he's saying, okay, it was very nice. I'm very glad to see this, but then my mind is really disturbed now by seeing this form. Please please show grace upon me and show your original form. No, now he wants to see. And initially, first he asked to show the four-handed form and then the two-handed form. So request to withdraw fearsome form and reveal the form as supreme person, as personality of Godhead. Arjuna request to see the four-handed form indicates that all the forms are one with Krishna. Different Narayanas are named according to different configuration of four hands. So basically, we see that Shankha, Chakra, Gada, Padma. No? Sometimes actually, there are different Narayanas. How they are like, if in different hands, in the four hand, the weapons are in different hands. No? Not every Narayana look different. So based on that, the names have been made, but they are all expansions of the Lord Himself. Indicates Arjuna is afraid and joyful simultaneously. Joyful because he is gladdened by knowing his friend opulence as supreme personality of Godhead and his ability to show the universal form. Afraid because of so many offenses he committed. Universal form is a temporary form, but Vaikuntha form is transcendental, four-handed and eternal. So this universal form is a temporary form. So this is coming only in the material world. This is not a part of spiritual sky. But the four-handed form and the two-handed form of the Krishna are eternal. Krishna can assume any form as he is asked here to show his Narayana form. Kiritinam gadinam chakrahastam ichchami tvam drashtumaham tataiva teneva rupena chaturbhujena sahasrabhavo baho bhava vishwamurte.
O universal form, O thousand-armed Lord, I wish to see you in your four-armed form, with helmeted head and with club, wheel, conch, and lotus flower in your hands. I long to see you in that form.
Yeah, now he's requesting Krishna, please show me the four-handed form, that is the Narayana form of the Lord. Yeah. Yes, Prabhu.
In the Brahma Samhita 5.39, it is stated, Ramadi Murtisu Kala Niyamena Tishtan. The Lord is eternally situated in hundreds and thousands of forms, and the main forms are those like Rama, Nrusimha, Narayana, etc. Though there are innumerable forms, Krishna is the original personality of Godhead, assuming his temporary universal form. He is now asking to see the form of Narayana, a spiritual form. Krishna is not different from his plenary expansions, and he is God in any of his innumerable forms, in all of these forms. He is fresh like a young man. That is the constant future of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. One who knows Krishna becomes free at once from all contamination of the material world. Hare
Yeah.
Krishna.
So, Hare Krishna. So even Brahma Samhita, there is one other shloka also which says that it is just like lighting of candle. Krishna's incarnations are the Vishnu Tattvas only. Everything like Rama, Narasimha, and same potency is there in all the incarnations of the Lord. So, but then Krishna's too Bhagavan Swayam. But Krishna is a Bhagwan, or like he's not a, he's a avatari. No, he comes. So he's the original form when Krishna comes. So there's a first shloka, Janmadi Yasya Yataha, it says. So from whom everything is born. Everything like the material world or the spiritual world or everything else, everything comes after the Krishna only. So he is now asking to see the form of Narayana. No? And yeah, so Prabhupada says that there are thousands situated in hundreds and thousands of what is this? Able to see here. Main forms are yeah. So there are many incarnations of this. So there are innumerable forms of the Lord. So even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that it's just like waves in the ocean. So many, you can't, it's a countless. So similarly, Krishna's incarnations are countless, but the main incarnations have been mentioned in the, I think more than 22. It comes in the Canto 1, where the main incarnations have been given. But apart from that also, there are many that but we see that in the Bhagavatam, different chapters. So he's fresh like a young man. So it says Nava Yavvanam cha, because he's the oldest because he was the first person. He was before anybody was there, because God is a person. But then he's the youngest, always remain like a 16-year-old boy. Yeah. So the final section E, verses 47 to 55. Only pure devotees can see Krishna, two-armed supreme form. So Krishna withdraws his universal form. Krishna shows Arjuna his four-handed form, and finally his two-handed form. Krishna's two-armed form can be directly seen only through pure undivided devotional service. Shri Bhagavan Vacha Maya Prasannena Tavarjunedam Rupam Param Darshitam Yogat Tejomayam Vishwamanantamadyam Yanme Tvadanyena Nadvishtapurvam.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, My dear Arjuna, happily have I shown you by my internal potency this supreme universal form within the material world. No one before you has ever seen this primal form, unlimited and full of glaring effulgence.
Yeah.
Hare
So
Krishna.
Maya Prasannena Tavarjunena. So Krishna is pleased with Arjuna's humility and he's a dear friend. No? So that is why Krishna is giving all the knowledge. He says, uh, 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 so Bhaktosi me sakacheti rahasyametaduttamam. So you are my friend and a dear devotee. So Maya Prasannena also, because I'm happy with you, I've shown you this form. How he has shown? Because of internal potency. So Krishna's internal potency, Yoga Maya. No, from that, so Krishna has shown this. So, and Tejo Mayam Vishwam Anantam Adyam. So you are like unlimited. I mean, it's a glaring effulgence, full of effulgence, and Anantam Adyam. Adyam is the beginning. So Krishna is everything. Huh? So and he says that Yenmet Vadanyena Nadruštva Purvam means apart from you, nobody has seen this form in the material world. So so it is said that Duryodhana, Krishna had shown once the universal form to uh, sorry. So to the Duryodhana also, but that was not, Prabhupada says that that was not complete form. So he had shown something similar to this, but here only Krishna mentions that I've never shown to anyone apart from you. So because of mercy of the, I mean, because of Arjuna, everybody, even the devatas were able to perceive or even able to see the Lord. न वेदयज्ञाध्ययनैर्न दानैः न च क्रियाभिर्न तपोभिरुग्रैः एवं रूपं शक्य अहं नृलोके यन्मे द्रष्टुं त्वदन्येन कुरु प्रवीरा.
O best of the Kuru warriors, no one before you has ever seen this universal form of mine. For neither by studying the Vedas, nor by performing sacrifices, nor by charities or similar activities can this form be seen. Only you have seen this. Hare
Yeah.
Krishna.
So this divine vision was given to Arjuna to see this form. Otherwise, nobody was able to see him. No? So even the the na Veda yajna dhyayana. So not by doing any yajna or not by studying of Vedas. So Prabhupada says one should not be a very puffed up that he's a big scholar, Trivedi, they say, no, who have learned the three Vedas, or they get a title also like Trivedis. And but then what is the point? If there's no mercy of Krishna, nobody is able to see him. It's not required, Krishna will not reveal himself. Only through mercy, it is able to see the Lord, not by performing any charities or sacrifice. No. Even in chapter 7 also, similar one is there. Vedeshu yajneshu tapassu chaiva यज्ञेषु वेदेषु यज्ञेषु तपस्सु चैव दानेषु यत् पुण्य प्रलं प्रतिष्ठं तत्तेति यत् सर्वमिदं विदित्वा योगी परम something dichadyam something it comes. So there also Krishna says that not by studying of Vedas, not by giving charity, not by giving tapassu, I mean doing the austerity, I'm able to see. No. So I'm only able to see by the through mercy or by devotional service. Only when through devotional service one is able to understand Krishna. Mate vyatama vimudha bhavaha drishtva rupam goram idrungamedam vyapeta bhita pritam vyapeta pritamānas punastvam tat eva me rupamidam prapashya.
You have been
Yeah.
perturbed and bewildered by seeing this horrible future of mine. Now let it be finished. My devotee, be free again from all disturbances. With a peaceful mind, you can now see the form you desire. Killing of Kurus, Bhishma, Drona, that scene was shown to Arjuna because devotees are always peaceful and they cannot perform such horrible actions. The purpose of the revelation of the universal form was shown.
Yeah. So what was the purpose of revelation? So Krishna wanted, because Arjuna was worried in the beginning that how can he kill Drona, and because he was his spiritual, the guru, so, and then the Bhishma, the teacher, and then Bhishma was his great grandfather. So how can he? And then, but then, uh, how can he kill? So, but then Krishna wanted to tell them, because they were on the side of adharma. So whoever is in adharma, Krishna says, Paritranaya sadhu nam vinashaya cha dushkrutam dharma samstapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. So whenever that something uh, uh, which is irreligious is happening in the world, Krishna will come at that time. Paritranaya sadhunam, to protect the pious. So to protect the Pandavas, the pious people, because when Draupadi was disrobed, so the Prabhupada says, so that time itself, I mean, Krishna had killed them. I mean, killed in the sense you had decided to kill all of them. So, but then Krishna didn't do that, because nimitta matram bhave sarve sachin. So he wanted to make Arjuna as an instrument and give all that credit to Arjuna. Sorry. So now he says that don't be worried, my devotee. I will show you the form. So here he shows the four-handed form of Vishnu. So beautiful, no? So this is Vishnu. Sorry, the Narayana form. Sanjaya uvacha ityarjunam vasudevastatoktva swakam rupam darshayamasa bhuyah ashvasayamasa cha bhitamenam bhutva punav saumya vapur mahatma. Oh, this is no translation. Yeah, Prabhu.
Sanjaya said to Dhritarashtra, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, while speaking thus to Arjuna, displayed his real four-armed form, and at last he showed him his two-armed form, thus encouraging the fearful Arjuna.
Yes. So now Sanjay is explaining whatever was happening. So initially, the Lord showed the four-handed form, and then he showed his two-handed. So Saumya Vapur Mahatma means he again showed the beautiful. So Saumya Vapu means the beautiful form of the Lord. So the two-handed. So even when Krishna appeared in the womb of Devaki, initially he showed the four-handed form. No? And then, but then it is said in Brahma Samhita that the yogis, the pure devotees, always see Krishna, like to see Krishna in the Shama Sundar form, that is in the two-handed. Premanjana Churita Bhakti Vilochanena Santa Sadaiva Rudayeshu Vilokayanti Yam Shama Sundaram Achintya Gunaswarupam Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. So Premanjana Churita. So when the eyes are smeared with the ointment of love, so much of love, so they are able to see Premanjana Churita Bhakti Vilochanena Santa Sadaiva. Sadaiva means always 24/7. Rudayeshu Vilokavanti, in their heart, they're able to see the what form? Shama Sundara. Sham Sundara means the who is having his color is compared to that the cloud color, na? Shama Sundara. They are able to see that form of the Lord. So this is more pleasing for a devotee. Arjuna uvacha दृष्ट्वेदं मानुषं रूपं तव सौम्यं जनार्दन इदानीमस्मि संवृत्तः सतेज सचेता प्रकृतिं गतः.
When Arjuna thus saw Krishna in his original form, he said, O Janardana, seeing this human-like form, so very beautiful, I am now composed in mind, and I am restored to my original nature.
Yeah. So here Prabhupada says that people will do, the Mayavadis will do so many misrepresentation, and they will say that God does not have a form. Nah? So, but then here it is very clear that Krishna has a form. The two-handed form is the form of the Lord, and it is so dear to the devotees. And Prabhupada says the sun does not, I mean, that is the Bhagavad Gita is like a sun. It does not need a torchlight from the people. Yeah. Oh, it's 8.2. Okay. He does not need a torchlight from commentators. Prabhupada says that. Yeah. Yes, it was, sorry, it was chapter 8, na? Last sloka. I thought it. Shri Bhagavanuvacha Sudurdarshamidam Rupam Drashtavanasi Yanmama Deva Apyasya Rupasya Nityam Darshana Kankshinaha.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, "My dear Arjuna, this form of mine you are now seeing is very difficult to behold. Even the demigods are ever seeking the opportunity to see this form, which is so dear." Hare Krishna.
God, what is this? Okay. Yeah. So Sudur Darsham means two-handed form is very rare to see. It's very rare. So here, because Krishna, many times people are the devotees or the yogis, mystics are all able to see the Narayana form of the Lord. They can even go to Vaikuntha and see. But to Krishna Loka or Goloka, it is very difficult. Two-handed form, because Krishna only once comes, not in all the Dwapara Yuga, Krishna is coming. Only one in the 28th millennium, I mean, once in a Brahma day alone. Because in one Brahma day, thousands of yugas will come, 1,000 cycles of yuga, 4 yugas into 1,000 times. So many yugas, so many, only once Krishna is going to come, not in every Dwapara Yuga. So it's very rare to see this form. So we are so fortunate that Krishna had come in this form just 5,000 years back. And only when Krishna comes, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes, only in that millennium. So we are so fortunate that we got this. Huh? नाहं वेदेन तपसा नादानेन न चार्यया शक्य एवं विदो द्रष्टुं दृष्टवानसि मां यथा.
The form you are seeing with your transcendental eyes cannot be understood simply by studying the Vedas, nor by undergoing serious penances, nor by charity, nor by worship. It is not by these means that one can see me as I am.
Yeah. So
Krishna
we
can be understood only through the path of devotional service. Yes, Mataji.
Yes. So only through devotional service, Krishna is revealed. We see that without any qualification, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu visited the South India during Chaturmas, he saw an illiterate Brahmana. But then he was having a book and he was not able to read that. But then he was seeing that with so much of bhav, and he was emotional. He was crying. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, why are you crying? And he says that because the Lord of the universe has become a charioteer, and how more merciful can be the Supreme Lord? No, he is such a low position he has taken for his pure devotee. So then he embraces him and he says, "You have understood Bhagavad Gita. I mean, the essence of Gita you have understood. For you, there is no need to study." Huh? So that is what it is. Not like scholars or some with qualification one can understand this knowledge. Only by grace and through. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also says one has to become a devotee of a devotee, like Gopi Bhartru Kamalayor Dasa Dasanu Dasa. One has to become a servant of a devotee. So only then, with their mercy, we are able to understand. So through that is why we have to engage in one or some service to Krishna. So either it could be helping somebody who is already there, like Prabhupada. So we can help in Prabhupada mission by doing something, being a part of some service. So that's how we are able to understand this great knowledge. So otherwise we are not able to understand. And also this Krishna form, many people think that, okay, this Krishna conscious movement they have done very recently, and it must be very new, only 500 years back when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu started, otherwise it was not there. But no, if you see the Shastras and Bhagavatam, there are prayers by Amrish Maharaj. Amrish Maharaj was very much so. So Krishna came in Dwapara Yuga, right? So Amrish Maharaj in Satyuga, when he says the prayer, it says, Savaimana Krishna Padara Vindayo, no, Vasamsti, I don't know the full, but where that shloka explains that all his senses were engaged in the service of the Lord. So Krishna Padara Vindayo, how did that Krishna word came? Very much in Satyuga, because that shows that Krishna is not, he has only descended to this earth as during Dwapar Yuga, but he is always there. He is the Supreme Lord. But this cannot be, this knowledge is only understood by devotional service, not by anything else. Right? That is the essence of this shloka. Bhaktya tvananyaya shakya ahamevam vidhorjuna natum drashtuncha tatvena praveshtuncha parantapa.
My dear Arjuna, only by undivided devotional service can I be understood as I am, standing before you, and can thus be seen directly. Only in this way can you enter into the mysteries of my understanding.
Yeah. So it's not easy to understand the Lord. So only by undivided devotional service. So Rupa Goswami Prabhupada says, what is that shloka? Iha, no, not Anukulasya Sankalpaha. Anukulasya Sankalpaha Pratikulasya Varjanam Rakshishyati Vishwaso. No, not that one. I'm not able to get that shloka, undivided. Okay. So actually in Nectar of Devotion, he says that only with the undivided means not like Anyabhilashita Shunyam. Yes. Anyabhilashita Shunyam Jnana Karmadi Anavritam Anukulena Krishnanu Shilanam Bhakti Ruchyate. So Anukulena, so that means now without any motive and without any break. So one has to engage in the service of the Lord, and that should be devoid of any mental speculation and fruitive activity. So that is termed as pure devotional service. So that kind of undivided devotional services only can you understand as I'm standing before you as I am. So the two-handed form of the Lord. So this has been, Prabhupada says that Rupa Goswami Prabhupada, I mean, he writes that Chaitanya, he appreciates Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that he is distributing this love of Godhead very freely to everyone. He says, Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate. No, Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratvishe Namaha Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate. So he is giving love of God, which is the highest. So one's aim in life to be love of God, attaining to that love of God is the highest. Even in the process of bhakti, we see it starts with Shraddha, Sadhu Sangha, Bhajana Kriya, Anartha Nivritti, Nishta, and then Asakti, Bhava and Prema. The Prema, attaining the Prema is the highest. So that's how we come to the stage of love of God. The last sloka. Matkarma krinmat paramaha madbhakta sangha varjitaha nirvaira sarva bhuteshu yasamameti pandava.
My dear Arjuna, one who is engaged in my pure devotional service, free from the contaminations of previous activities and from mental speculation, who is friendly to every living entity, certainly comes to me. Hare Krishna.
Yeah. So mat karma. So this is a very big purport. I request every one of you to read. So where Prabhupada explains mat karma means working for Krishna. So even if we are engaged in different work, so that has to be he actually completely working for Krishna means completely dedicating oneself and working for Krishna. But then if that is not possible, then in the next chapter, Krishna explains like if you are not able, he gives different options. No, that is the highest actually. That is called Ananya Bhakti, where one work only for Krishna, Mat Karma. No, and then Mat Paramaha, thinking me as a supreme, not desiring to get any material benefit by worship different devatas, but making me the supreme goal of the life. Mat Parama. And then Mat Bhakta Sangha Varjita. Sangha Varjita means not being in association of the people who are interested in the fruitive activities or mental speculation or artistic people or the non-devotees. So he is not having any interest into associate with them. Sangha Varjita. So not being free from such association. Nirvaira Sarva Bhuteshu. Nirvaira means he is not enemy to anyone. He is friend to all. And Prabhupada explains in the purport that how a devotee, like he always, because he knows that the what is the highest benefit of Krishna consciousness, that becoming a devotee of the Krishna, and that is why he want to give this knowledge to everyone. So he is nirvaira, without seeing that who is enemy, who is friend. He want to give this, like how Nityananda Prabhu, even he wanted to liberate the Jagai and Madai. So that is a mood of a pure devotee. He want to benefit everyone, like Prabhupada. He didn't see any bifurcation by saying, okay, I will only give this knowledge to Brahmanas. No, not like that. He gave to everyone. So that is the mood of he is a nirvaira, is a without enemy. And even the, like Prabhupada gives example of Prahlad Maharaj, Dhruv Maharaj, right? So they wanted to, I mean, how Prahlad Maharaj in uh, in the Gurukul, he gave this to all demonic children, right? Children of demons. So he was giving that. So he didn't see any place and to give this. So they are non-envious, and they are also a friend to all. Sarva Bhuteshu, to all living entities. Not like killing some entity, living entity, and being friend to someone else. So they're, uh, I mean, they're friend to all. Yassa Mameti Pandava. So such a person will come to Krishna. Krishna says that that person will surely attain me. Sorry. So characteristic, Mat Karma Krit, engaging in doing my work. Mat Parama, making me the supreme goal. So these are all characteristics of Ananya Bhakta. Mat Bhakta, engaged in my devotional service. Sangha Varjita, free from contamination of fruitive act and mental speculation. Nirvaira Sarva Bhuteshu, friendly to all living entities. Only most purified devotional service, free from jnana and karma, executed without envy, can bring one to understanding of Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is the last slide.
Krishna is the origin of all manifestations, the universal form, the form of time, and the four-handed form of Vishnu. Krishna is not a manifestation of the original Vishnu Rupa or Vishnu. Though there are hundreds and thousands of Vishnus, a devotee is pleased by the original two-handed form of Shyamasundara. In the Brahma Samhita, it is stated that those who are attached to the Shyamasundara form of Krishna in love and devotion can see him always within the heart and cannot see anything else. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, Hare Krishna. So the pure devotees are only interested in the Shamasundara Rupa form of the Lord. So this is shown by, Prabhupada says that this Vishwarupa is shown for people who are not very much attached yet to the two-handed form of the Lord. So for such people, this is for a neophyte devotee or very new to Krishna consciousness, or who is in the bhakti. So for them, this is the Vishwarup, not for the pure devotees or not interested in this universal form of the Lord. Okay, Hare Krishna. Sorry, I didn't share the attendance only, no? I think many people left. Second. Okay, meanwhile, if you have any questions, you can ask. I'm just looking out for that attendance link. Okay, I've shared it. Hare Krishna.